Good Morning America, and bracing for storms in the east. With a state of emergency already, dramatic rescues as severe storms hit the Midwest. Record rainfall drowning neighborhoods, water rushing through stores, roads turning to rivers in an instant, trapping dozens of drivers. Now Rob is tracking the storms heading east this morning.
Breaking news, terror attack, the deadly shootout caught on camera at one of Jerusalem's holiest sites. At least 2 police officers killed, the city now on edge.
Also, the new images coming in now. President Trump overseas celebrating Bastille Day with the French president and defending his son Don Jr.'s meeting with that Russian lawyer.
My son is a wonderful young man.
As Republicans now roll out their newest attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare. But is this plan already on life support?
And Beyonce's baby bombshell, revealing Sir Carter and Rumi for the first time, the photo that has everyone crazy in love, and a big question this morning about the twins' names.
From ABC News, live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
All right, good morning, America. Happy Friday. Okay, there was a bit of a debate this morning. I understand you have a strong opinion on this.
Very strong.
Okay, so Sir Carter, or is it just Sir
I think it's
Carter?
a Sir, right?
But then why didn't she say Rumi and Sir Carter?
Well, you can ask her.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when you get the big
I...
Beyonce get. I swear, I think this is just like a public service announcement to test the internet across the world.
Right, to see if it's still
out.
working.
I think it blew up this morning. Also, we got a lot of news to get to on a Friday morning. Great to be with you here, Amy. We have new details coming in that murder case, the 4 young men who vanished, the dogs that then found them buried 12 feet down. Now, the sudden confession, and you can actually see the suspect mouth the words there, "I'm sorry." We're going to have much more on that ahead.
And we want to begin this morning, though, with that severe weather threat. Record rainfall sparking rescues in the Midwest. And ABC's Alex Perez is just north of Chicago, where they are seeing serious flooding there. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Amy. Officials have declared a state of emergency here. Now, take a look. We want to show you what it looks like from above with help from our drone. And as you can see, streets here have become rivers, and many people here are just waiting for this water to go down, and it's not going down fast enough.
This is what millions of Midwesterners are waking up to this morning. In Columbus, Ohio, a general store nearly submerged in water. Cars buried in the parking lots. This appliance store forced to go out of business when rain poured in, destroying all the merchandise. Drone footage capturing a lake in suburban Chicago overflowing, drowning neighborhoods and a shopping plaza. Emergency responders evacuating residents. In Wisconsin, a state of emergency declared. The extreme weather also hitting the east. Record rain causing flooding in Buffalo.
I got water all the way up to past my chest on my shirt.
It was a race against time for rescuers near Buffalo, pushing this car to dry land.
The water came when I got out of the car. The water was up to here on me. I'm still soaking wet.
And in this house by a creek, rescuing an 83-year-old trapped inside her home, surrounded by water.
Within a half an hour, the whole place was surrounded.
And the not so good news here, the river is already at major flood stage and is expected to continue rising slowly through tomorrow. David?
Just stunning images from that drone camera this morning. Alex, thank you. Now we're watching severe storms, of course, moving into the east as well. Rob is tracking it all for us. Hey, Rob.
Hey, David, the front that sparked all these storms really the past week is finally going to be on the move, and it's going to squeeze even more moisture out of these clouds. So we have flood watches that are still posted for eastern parts of Ohio, West Virginia, and upstate New York, western New York, where they had all that flooding yesterday. And as this storm begins to push off to the east and all this humidity comes up from the south, a severe weather threat on top of the heavy rain from Richmond to D.C. across the Delmarva Peninsula, including Philadelphia. Strong winds, large hail, potentially a tornado or two. We'll be tracking it all throughout the afternoon. Amy?
We know you will be, Rob. Thanks so much. And now to some breaking news from overseas. A deadly terror attack near one of Jerusalem's holy sites. Dramatic footage there you're looking at showing the shootout with police. And ABC's James Longman has all the details for us this morning. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Amy. Yes, 2 Israeli policemen were killed in East Jerusalem this morning. They were attacked by 3 Palestinians who then fled the scene. Take a look at this dramatic cell phone footage. It shows one of the attackers fighting with Israeli security before being shot. The attackers were shot dead by police inside the holy compound, which is known to Muslims as Haram al-Sharif and to Jews as Temple Mount. The 3 assailants were killed at one of the holiest sites in the world and one of the most politically sensitive. The attack happened just before Friday prayers, which have now been cancelled cancelled. That hasn't happened, we believe, since 1990, which has made the whole situation all the more tense. Incidents around Haram al-Sharif have stirred up Palestinian rage in the past, but authorities on both sides are doing their best to keep things calm. Amy?
All right, James, we appreciate it. Thank you.
We're going to turn now, Amy, to major headlines out of Washington this morning. President Trump on his way back to the U.S. after celebrating Bastille Day in Paris, but also answering tough questions on the world stage from our correspondent. And as the Russia investigation does ramp up, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee has now confirmed that Donald Trump Jr. has been asked to provide documents and speak with the committee. And of course, the battle over health care this morning hitting a breaking point. Republican senators revealing a new draft of their bill, but it's already facing opposition from members of their own party. We're going to have much more on that in just a moment here. But first, let's get to our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, on the ground in Paris, where the president just participated in that parade. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, David, good morning to you. I guess I should probably say bonjour. President Trump was right here center stage on the Champs-Elysees. And I got to tell you, he really seemed to be enjoying this parade that happened here. A bunch of military planes and tanks. He really seemed to be enjoying himself. But he is on his way home now, where that controversy over Russia awaits. President Trump having the time of his life at Bastille Day, pointing at the show with the First Lady, laughing with the French president, but not even a show of military might on the Champs-Elysees or a dinner at the Eiffel Tower is enough to overshadow those mounting questions about his son's Trump Tower meeting with a Russian lawyer. At that press conference alongside the French president, we asked,
Mr. President, your FBI nominee said if someone in a campaign got an email about Russia like the one that your son Don Jr. received, that they should alert the FBI rather than accept that meeting. Is he wrong? Also, were you misled by your team in not knowing about this meeting?
My son is a wonderful young man. He took a meeting with a Russian lawyer, not a government lawyer, but a Russian lawyer. It was a short meeting. It was a meeting that went very, very quickly, very fast.
But in those emails, Don Jr. agreed to meet with a Russian government attorney who wanted to provide the Trump campaign with information that would damage Hillary Clinton. President Trump coming to his son's defense.
And nothing came of the meeting. And I think it's a meeting that most people in politics probably would have taken.
The French press pouncing on President Trump's past Paris bashing.
You were implying at the time that Paris was not safe anymore. Those are very strong words. Would you repeat them today?
You better let me answer that one first. That's a beauty. It's going to be just fine because you have a great president. You have somebody that's going to run this country right, and I'm coming back. You better do a good job, please. Otherwise, you're going to make me look very bad.
And you're always welcome.
Thank you.
The president also delivering another round of compliments to the French First Lady, commenting on her figure during a tour of Napoleon's tomb. And that certainly made some headlines here in Paris. Now, this was a short trip for President Trump. He was on the ground for just a little more than 24 hours. He did tweet before taking off this morning, David, saying that the relationship with France is stronger than ever.
You know, Cecilia, you mentioned the relationship with France. We saw President Trump tell the First Lady there of France that she was in good shape. Got some reaction here in the studio, made some headlines around the world. And we all remember the first handshake with Macron, even before this trip. President Macron at the time saying this was a moment of truth. Of course, he campaigned against Trump-style rhetoric. Any inside details, any imagery that shows how they all got along this time?
Well, they had that big dinner last night right there inside the Eiffel Tower. You could see both first couples sitting there together, and it went on for about 2 hours. Look, they really seem to be getting along now. There were handshakes right here before they departed, very long ones again. And President Macron wrapped up his Bastille Day celebration, David, by saying that the U.S. and France will never be separated.
All right. Well, you said bonjour. I'll say merci. Cecilia, come on back home. Thanks for your coverage.
Au revoir.
In the meantime, very good. Let's get to our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, who's
don't
with
speak
us.
French.
I know.
Okay.
That's about all I got. That's
Okay.
about all I got. Let's ask about what Cecilia asked during that press conference. She asked President Trump about Don Jr. We heard the president there say he met with a Russian lawyer, not a government lawyer, and that most people would have taken this meeting. That's what the president says. Is that going to be the White House defense, the Trump campaign's defense as we move forward on this? And are we going to hear Don Jr. testify?
Well, it certainly is very consistently what Donald Trump is saying. He said this to reporters on Air Force One. He said it in the interview with Reuters. He said it at the press conference. So clearly, his belief is that anybody would have taken this it directly contradicts what his own choice for FBI director said, who said if you have something, if a politician, a senator, anybody in politics, here's an offer like that, he would want that politician to call the FBI and let them know what was going on. But, David, you know, as for the Russian government attorney, the emails that Don Jr. received to set this meeting up said right in black and white that it was a meeting with you and the Russian government attorney who was flying over from Moscow. These will be questions for Don Jr. He is being asked to testify. Chuck Grassley, the Republican chairman of the Judiciary Committee, wants to see him soon. He wants to actually start hearing from people next week. Paul Manafort by next week.
All right, that's very soon. In the meantime, some breaking developments on the ban this morning. A judge in a ruling in Hawaii.
Yes, so this is the travel ban, a blow, another blow for the president on this. The Supreme Court upheld the travel ban, but said that there could be exceptions for people who have a bona fide connection with somebody in the United States. This judge has expanded the definition of a bona fide connection to include nieces, uncles, cousins, a pretty wide, grandparents, a pretty wide definition.
All right, so he'll be meeting that when he gets home. All right, John Carl, great to have you in person.
Great to be here.
All right, Aim.
All right, David, and as the president returns from his trip abroad, he is tweeting about the new health care bill this morning, saying Republican senators are working hard to get their failed Obamacare replacement approved. I will be at my desk, pen in hand. But this morning, that bill is seeing new signs of trouble, and our congressional correspondent Mary Bruce has all the latest from Capitol Hill. Good morning, Mary.
Amy, good morning. Well, Senate Republicans have this new health care bill, but the same old problems. Opposition from within their own party. This new bill was supposed to help bridge that deep divide in the GOP, but right now this bill still doesn't have the support to pass.
Big question this morning looming over Capitol Hill. Can Republicans finally get the votes?
This bill is better than the other bill. I don't know if it'll get 50 votes.
Senate Republicans Thursday releasing their latest health care bill.
So, Senator, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to read it.
To win over moderates on the fence, the bill keeps some Obamacare taxes on the wealthy, puts aside $70 billion that could help some Americans cover high premiums, and gives $45 billion to help fight the opioid epidemic. But still in the bill, those deep cuts to Medicaid, initially projected to be nearly $800 billion. It's a big problem for the holdouts.
We're still working on ways to ensure that folks who are currently getting coverage under expanded Medicaid have options.
To sway conservatives, the new bill would allow insurers to offer cheaper, bare-bones plans that don't cover essential health benefits, like mental health treatments, maternity care, even ambulances. This morning, Republicans have no room for error. Already, two say these changes don't cut it.
And with those two senators already a no, GOP leaders now need every single other Republican to get on board for this bill to pass. Just one more no vote would sink this bill. And David, GOP leaders are still hoping to move to a vote next week, but right now it's unclear if they will have the votes to even have that vote.
All right, we'll see you on World News Tonight, Mary. Thanks. In the meantime, turning now to breaking new details in that Pennsylvania murder mystery involving 4 young men who vanished. The cadaver dogs discovering them buried 12 feet down, and we have new reporting now on the suspect making a sudden confession. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is outside the courthouse in Doylestown this morning. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, David. This is where it happened. Cosmo DiNardo confessing to the DA to killing those 4 men in exchange of avoiding the death penalty. DiNardo giving every detail, dropping a new bombshell, saying he didn't act alone.
A stunning confession in the murders of 4 men missing since last week.
I'm sorry.
20-year-old Cosmo DiNardo admitting to the crime just hours after police announced that the body of 19-year-old Dean Finicaro and other remains were found on his family's farm in a makeshift grave.
He confessed to the participation of the commission of 4 murders.
Authorities digging at the 90-acre DiNardo family land for days, searching for Finicaro, 21-year-old Thomas Mio, 22-year-old Mark Sturgis, and 19-year-old Jimmy Patrick. A local Catholic prep school confirming that DiNardo and Patrick both attended school together.
In exchange for that confession, Mr. DiNardo was promised by the district attorney that he will spare his life by not invoking the death penalty.
DiNardo telling authorities where he buried the bodies. ABC News learning that 3 bodies were buried in one location, a 4th in a separate grave. The news comes as new images surface of Cosmo DiNardo pointing a pistol. Sources telling ABC News DiNardo posted the photos in a group chat where he told friends he wasn't worried that Dean Finicaro, one of the 4 missing men, hadn't turned up. DiNardo has been known to police since he was 14 years old. Recent court documents show that DiNardo had a history of mental illness and had been involuntarily committed. Prosecutors saying during his recent arraignment that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Friends telling Philly.com DiNardo routinely sold guns and had talked about weird things like killing people and having people killed.
DiNardo has not yet been charged with murder, but we expect those charges will come soon. Amy?
Indeed. All right, Eva, thanks so much. Turning overseas now to the Americans vying for glory at Wimbledon. Venus Williams now in the finals, eyeing her 6th Wimbledon singles title, and 29-year-old Sam Querrey from California beating defending champ Andy Murray, heading to the semifinals. And ABC's Paula Ferris is here with all the action on the court. Hey, Paula.
Hey there, Amy. It is an exciting time right now for American tennis. If you're trying to learn a little bit more about Sam Querrey, well, he knocked out the defending champs at Wimbledon the last 2 years. This is his moment. As for Venus, well, Wimbledon is her wheelhouse, aiming for her 6th title at the All England Club.
For 37-year-old Venus Williams, making it to the Wimbledon finals doesn't get old.
There it is this time.
All tournament long, it has been vintage Venus. Her serves unstoppable, cruising to her first Wimbledon final since 2008. Williams is the oldest Wimbledon finalist since Martina Navratilova in 1994. And if she wins on Saturday, she would become the oldest women's Grand Slam winner in the Open era, proving once again age ain't nothing but a number. The 7-time Grand Slam champion admitting she looks to her younger sister Serena for inspiration.
I have to ask Serena for some pointers. Serena's always in my corner, and you know, usually it's her in these finals, so I'm trying my best to represent Williams as best as I can.
Serena, not competing due to her pregnancy, is cheering her sister on from the sidelines.
I feel like I'm there in a weird way. It's weird, but I feel like I've been there for the whole journey, and even though I'm not, I've been so supportive for Venus.
But on the men's side, Wimbledon is still buzzing over that upset of last year's champ Andy Murray at the hands of American Sam Querrey. Known almost as much for his 2015 appearance on Bravo's Millionaire Matchmaker.
I've actually never dated anyone that's played tennis.
As for his play on the court. Querrey ranked 28th in the world, advancing farther than any American man in a major tournament since 2009, appearing in his first Grand Slam semifinal ever this morning.
Now, Venus has been talking about how much she misses her sister Serena's presence at Wimbledon, who, of course, as you saw, isn't traveling right now because of her pregnancy. Serena has been watching all of Venus's matches and says that it is more nerve-wracking to watch her sister than to actually be out there on the court and play. And, of course, Venus plays tomorrow morning.
I love what Venus said. It's usually Serena here.
Yeah, I know. Go Venus, go Sam. We're excited for the Americans.
We are. We really are.
I love their relationship, and of course, she's pretty much unstoppable when she's not playing her sister.
Absolutely. All right, let's get over to someone else who's unstoppable. Bob Marciano.
Oh, that's an award-winning transition right there, David Muir. Thanks very much. Look at this fire whirl or fire NATO out of Amarillo near the airport there. Fire danger increasing. The heat's going to be on across the west, getting back up into the over 100 degrees in many, many spots. Time now for your weekend getaway, brought to you by CarMax.
Turns out things aren't always what you think they are. Take guinea pigs. They're not pigs at all, nor are they from Guinea. Or take this haircut. I may look all business, but look out! There's a party going on back here. Kind of misleading, isn't it? Well, at CarMax, you don't have to worry about being misled. The price online is the same price in the store, which is the same for everyone, even guinea pigs. It's only fair, Mr. Biscuits. Only fair.
Today will be another oppressive day with heat index values once again topping out in the triple digits during the afternoon hours. We'll see the numbers start to come down as rain moves in. In fact, we're forecasting the possibility of some strong, if not severe, thunderstorms bringing heavy rain, high winds to the area. We could even see some flash flood warnings issued. Main timing on this is between 4 and 7 p.m. The weekend much improved, around 90 degrees, and then expect another wave of heat next week.
Friday morning coming up, the terrifying accident bringing production to a halt on one of the most popular shows, The Walking Dead.
And Danger Zone, how this popular tourist attraction near the beach turned deadly.
Working hard to lower your LDL bad cholesterol? Not making enough?